Hello students, welcome to the next session of Engineering Mechanics. This is Professor Vidyasar Mugi. In the last part, we studied about what is beam, what is action and reaction, what are the different types of supports, what are the different types of beams, and what are the different types of loading. So which you can find out in the part 1 and part 2 of this particular session. So in this session, which is the third part, we'll be understanding some of the examples on support reaction and finding out the magnitude of those reactions at each end. So to begin with, the first problem, it reads, simply supported beam of span 6 meter is subjected to loading as shown. Determine reactions at A and B. So one thing to keep in mind here is reactions are always generated at the supports, right? So I'll call this as support A and this as support B. So what you see here is a simply supported beam where one side is a hinge support and other side is a roller support. This beam is subjected to action, which are the forces acting on this. So there are 2 point loads, one is of 5 kilonewton, another is of 2 kilonewton. Also we have intensity of load, that is uniformly distributed load. So we have 2 categories of loads acting on the beam. One category is the point load and one more category is uniformly distributed load. In total we have 3 loads acting on the beam. Now firstly what you have to do here is you have to draw the free body diagram for a given beam. So always drawing a free body diagram will solve up to 50% of your problems. So this is a hinge support. Because there is no horizontal force acting, so there is only one reaction at support A. Similarly, one reaction at support B. Now this is roller support. So roller support has how many reactions? It has only one reaction, that is in vertical direction. In hinge support, there are 2 reactions, but since there is no horizontal force, so effect of this horizontal reaction is also 0. So I'll only show vertical reaction. Followed by this, the length here is given as 1.5 meter, where 1 point load is acting. So this is 5 kilonewton. Then from B, at a distance of 1.5 meter, there is one more point load acting, which is of magnitude 2 kilonewton. Now in the last session I have told you how to convert the intensity of load to point load. How do you convert intensity of load to point load? Very simple. So magnitude of point load is taken as magnitude of point load is given by area of the UDL. So UDL is also called as rectangular load. So what is the area of rectangle? It is base into height. So base here is 3 meters into height is 3 kilonewton per meter. So 3 into 3 is 9 kilonewton. Now where is this 9 kilonewton acting? So 9 kilonewton is acting half the distance over which the uniformly distributed load is acting. So total length over which UDL is acting is 3 meters. So when you convert that UDL to point load, which is 9 kilonewton, you have to place it at a distance of, this total is 3 meters. So that 9 kilonewton is acting at the center. Center of what? This 3 meters. So center of 3 meter is what? 1.5. So this is 1.5. This is 1.5. Now that we have simplified the load, let's find what is the reaction at A and what is the reaction at B. So to begin with that, we have how many conditions of equilibrium? We have 3 conditions of equilibrium. Which are those? Three conditions of equilibrium are summation fx, summation fy and summation m. Summation fx means sum of all the horizontal force, summation fx, summation fy is sum of all the vertical force, and summation m is the moment about a point. Now if I take this as a and b, is there any influence of summation fx equal to 0? Meaning of this is what? Sum of all the force about x is equal to 0. But if you see from the figure, is there any horizontal force acting? No. Then this fx is ruled out. There is no use of this. If I write summation fy equal to 0, are there any forces in vertical direction? Yes. How many forces in vertical direction? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Reactions are also a force, but they are termed as resisting force. So there are 5 reactions. So what is the sign convention? Upward we assume positive. So I'll write this as Ra plus Ra. Rb is also acting upward, so plus Rb. Then what about 5? 5 is acting downward, so minus 5. 9 is also acting downwards, minus 9. 2 is also acting downward, so minus 2. This is equal to what? 0. Then Ra plus Rb equal to, I'll take all these on the other side. So this will be what? 9 plus 5, 14, 14 plus 2, 16. So Ra plus Rb is what? 16 kilonewton. So I'll write this as equation 1. Why will I write this as equation 1? Because I don't know what is value of Rb and what is value of Ra. Now I have used fx, which is didn't yield any solution. I used fy. This also didn't yield any solution. It is in terms of equation. So what is the last equation of equilibrium that is remaining? Summation m. So summation m means what? Moment about a particular point is equal to 0. Now in order to find the value of Ra and Rb, I should take moment about one particular point such that one of the reaction will be equal to 0. Where can I take that? I can take it at either point A or point B. If I say that if I take moment about point A equal to 0, means what? Sum of moment of all the forces about point A equal to 0 means what? What will be the value of Ra? Ra will be equal to what? 0. Because line of action of Ra is also in line with point A. So Ra will be equal to 0. And I'll get what? I'll get value of Rb. If I say moment about all the forces about point B is 0, means what will be the value of Rb? Rb will be equal to 0. So you can take either about A or B. If you take about A, you will get value of Rb. If you take about B, you will get value of Ra. So here in this problem, I'll take moment about A. That is, sum of all the force, sum of moment of all the force about A is equal to what? 0. Means Ra is 0. Now how will Rb rotate about A? So rotation of Rb about A is what? It will rotate anti-clockwise. It will rotate anti-clockwise. So I'll write this as minus Rb into, what is the distance? Perpendicular distance 1.5, 1.53, 4.5 and 6. So perpendicular distance is 6. Then how will 2 kilonewton rotate about A? So 2 kilonewton will rotate clockwise. For first we'll see the rotations. So 2 kilonewton will rotate clockwise. 9 will also rotate clockwise. 5 will also rotate clockwise. Means all these three forces will be making positive rotations. Then plus, because it is rotating clockwise, 2 into, what is the perpendicular distance? From here to here, what is the distance? 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So it is 4.5. Plus, because it is also making clockwise. So 9 into, what is the perpendicular distance? 1.5, 1.5. It is 3. Plus, this is also making clockwise rotation, 5 into, what is the distance? 1.5. This is equal to 0. Then minus Rb into 6. I'll write equal to, I'll take all this on the other side. So this will be what? Minus, I'll take common because this is minus, minus, minus. So this will be 2 into 4.5 is 9 plus 3 into 9 is 27 plus 5 into 1.5 is 7.5. Then this minus minus cancels. So I'll left with Rb into 6 equal to addition of all this. 27 plus 9 is 33. 33 plus 7, 40.5. So I'll take RB equal to 40.5 divided by 6, which will be equal to 7.25 kilonewton. So that I have got value of RB, which is 7.25 kilonewton. I'll substitute this value of RB in equation 1. What I'll get? I'll get value of RE, which is 16 minus RB goes on the other side, which is 7.25. So value of RE is 8.75 kilonewton. So this is how you find what is the reaction at A, what is the reaction at B. So out of 5 modules, this is the most easiest problem that you will ever face. So this will be asked for 10 marks, so please don't miss these problems. They are very simple. Only type of loading that you will come across is UDL, point load and UVL. Only 3 types of loading. Other than this, you will not get any other loading. One more loading you will get which is complicated, that is the most difficult I think in this particular module, which is combination of UDL and UVL. That we'll study in the next part. Okay, hope you followed with how finding the reactions. Okay, so moving with the next problem. The next problem reads, determine the support reaction of a simply supported beam for a given loading at A and B. So again I'll take this as A and this as B, and this point I'll mark as C. So don't get confused. Always remember, reactions are developed only at the supports. Now even though I have mentioned C here, there is no reaction here. It is just this point C is to differentiate between this intensity of loading, because from A to C the intensity of load is 5, from C to B the intensity of load is 10. But reaction is only developed at the support. Now again, if I draw the free body diagram for this, free body diagram. So what is this type of support? Hinge support. So how many reactions for hinge support? There are 2 reactions for hinge support. But since there is no horizontal load, this effect of horizontal reaction RAX will be equal to what? 0. Because there is no horizontal force acting on the beam. Then roller support, how many reaction? Only 1 reaction. I'll call this as RB. Now this is point C, this is point A, this is point B. Now when I convert this UDL to point load, so I know that it will be at half the distance. So here one point load, this is 2 meters, this is 2 meters. Again here one point load, this is 2 meters, this is 2 meters. See, when you convert it to free body diagram, see how simple it looks. Now from A to C the intensity of load is 5. From C to B it is 10. First we'll convert this. From A to C, what is the point load? It is 5 into 4, 20 kilonewton. From C to B it is 10 into 4. How much? 40 kilonewton. So this is how much? 20 kilonewton. This is 40 kilonewton. Right? Okay. Now that we have converted it to point load, let's start with the first condition of equilibrium, which is summation Fx equal to 0. Since there is no horizontal force, do you see any horizontal force? No. So this is 0. Let's go with the second condition of equilibrium, that is summation Fy equal to 0. So when I say summation Fy equal to 0, how many forces? 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ra is acting upwards, so plus Ra. Rb is acting upwards, so plus Rb. Minus 20 because it is acting downwards, minus 40 because it is acting downwards. This is equal to 0. Then Ra plus Rb is equal to what? I'll take these two forces on the other side. So minus minus goes on the other side, becomes plus. So 20 plus 40 is 60 kilonewton. I'll mark this as equation 1 since there are two unknowns. Now since this couldn't be worked out with 2 conditions of equilibrium, I'll go with the third. So this is third condition of equilibrium, which is sum of moment about a point is equal to 0. Now in the last problem, what I did, I took moment about A. So when I took moment about A, Ra became 0. In this problem, I'll take moment about B equal to 0. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to take moment only about point A or only about point B. No, unless it is specified, you have full liberty to take movement about either point A or about point B. It is completely left on your choice. So in this case, I'll take movement about B. So when I take movement about B, then RB is 0. So I should find out what is value of RA. So first start with RA. So RA, how will it rotate? It will rotate like this. It will rotate like this means what is the rotation? Direction of rotation, it is clockwise. How will 20 rotate about point B? 20 will rotate anti-clockwise. The rotation direction is like this. It will rotate anti-clockwise. Then what about 40? 40 will also rotate anti-clockwise. So now RA is rotating clockwise. What is the perpendicular distance? So perpendicular distance of RA about B is what? 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So it is 8. So then minus 20 because it is rotating anti-clockwise. Perpendicular distance of 20, 2 plus 2 plus 2, it is 6. Then minus 40, it is also rotating anti-clockwise. Perpendicular distance is 2. This is equal to 0. Solving this, you will get what is RA. So this is RA into 8 equal to, these 2 goes on the other side, becomes positive. 20 into 6 is 120 plus 40 into 2 is 80. So RA is equal to 200 divided by 8. So RA is equal to 200 divided by 8. You will get value of RA as 20 into 6 is 120 plus this is so we'll get this value of RA as 25 kilonewton. So we got value of RA as 25 kilonewton. Substitute this value of RA in equation 1, you will get value of RB, which is 60 minus 25. So you will get value of RB as 35 kilonewton. So this is all about finding out the reactions. Hope you followed these problems. It is very simplest of the simplest problems. You have to just use 3 conditions of equilibrium, then find out reaction about the given supports. So it's the assumption that you understood the problem. So we'll move ahead with the next problem. So the next problem reads, determine the support reaction at A and E. So this is point A, this is point E. Okay, so after, see the loading condition here. On a beam AE, there is one point load, one uniformly distributed load, moment and a inclined load. Type of support here is hinge, here it is roller. Now if you see here, because of this inclined force which is making 45 degrees with respect to horizontal, this force will be resolved into 2 components, that is horizontal component and vertical component. So for hinge support, we'll be having how many reactions now? We'll be having 2 reactions. I'll call this as reaction RAY and I'll call this as reaction RAX. Okay, so these are the converted forms. Now you know how to convert UDL to point load, so I'll not stress much on that now. So quickly moving with the first conditions of equilibrium. Summation Fx equal to 0. So summation Fx equal to 0, see how many forces are in x direction. RAX acting rightwards, so I'll write this as plus RAX. Then 200 cos 45 acting leftwards, so I'll write this as minus 200 cos 45. Only 2 forces, this is equal to 0. Now what is RAX equal to? RAX equal to, this goes on the other side, so this will be plus 200 cos 45. So value of RAX is 141.42 kilonewton. Then next condition of equilibrium, summation Fy equal to 0. So Ray acting upwards plus Re acting upwards plus, then minus 100, minus 60, minus 200 sine 45 equal to 0. If you observed very carefully, See that I have nowhere considered this 100 when using Fx and Fy. You should know that this 100 kilonewton is not a force, it is a moment. So I have not considered here nor here. Then if you write this Ray plus Re, I'll take all this force on the other side. So by doing that, it will be 301.42 kilonewton. So since there are two unknowns, I cannot solve this. So I'll mark this as equation 1. Let's go with the third condition of equilibrium. So here what I'll do is I'll take moment about A as 0. Moment about A as 0. So taking moment about A as 0, so this becomes 0, this becomes 0. So Re is rotating anti-clockwise. So I'll write minus Re into, what is the distance? Total distance is 3 plus 3, 6, 9, 12. 12. Then what about this horizontal force? This is in line with A, so it is 0. What about 200 sine 45? It will rotate clockwise. So plus 200 sine 45 into perpendicular distance 3 plus 3, 6 plus 9. Plus, because about point A, this moment is clockwise. So I'll directly write 100. Need not multiply any perpendicular distance because this is already converted to moment. Then what about 60? 60 is also rotating clockwise. So 60 into, what is the perpendicular distance? 3 plus 1.5, 4.5. Plus 100 also rotating clockwise into perpendicular distance is 3. This is equal to 0. Solving this, you will get value of Re as 161.9 kilonewton. You will get the value of Re as 161.9 kilonewton. Now substitute this value in equation 1, you will get what is value of Ray, which is equal to 301.42 minus 161.9. You will get value of Ra as 139.5 kilonewton. So this is all about finding reaction Ray, Re and Rax. So when is the effect of Rax comes into picture? When there is any horizontal force, or else you will only get vertical force and vertical forces about two supports. So with the assumption that you have understood the problem, so assignment for you people is take this problem as assignment. So I'll give one hinge support here, a roller support. So I'll give very simple problem. Solve this 5 kilonewton, which is at a distance 2 meters, and 10 kilonewton, which is at a distance of 3 meters, and there is one UDL here which is of intensity 5 kilonewton per meter, and this is up till here, this is up till here, this is 3 meters. This is point A, this is point B. Solve this as assignment and put up the solutions in the comment box. So let's see how many of you understood in action. Thank you very much.